Now, you're obviously a mashup king, really. You're renowned for doing this sort of thing. Where did you get the inspiration to do mashups from?
I kind of slid into it. I was doing original music production and songwriting, and then I was making some mixtapes for friends, and I just started arranging the songs, and it sort of turned into a mashup. And all my friends encouraged me to make more, and so I kept on making them, and then I put them online, and people seemed to like them, so I kept on doing it. It kind of it was a detour at first, but then now it's turning into the main thing.
I was going to say it's become now kind of a profession for you, but you've also spoken about the fact that you don't get paid for this. It's not really a profit organisation for you. So do you just see it as a hobby?
I don't sell the mashups, but I get commissioned to do custom stuff. I do DJ sets, so I do all right. Don't sell the main viral component of what I do.
And you've written a book as well saying how to construct a mashup. Can you quickly tell us? I'm sure everyone will want to know. How do you make a good mashup?
Well, I mean, the main thing is, making a mashup is like making any kind of music. So if the more you know about music production, the more you know about songwriting, the more you know about, just how music works, the better off you are. You basically you take some acapellas and you take some instruments and you kind of throw them together and you get them so the beats line up and you get them so they're in the same key, and then you cut them up and rearrange them till their structure is really compelling.
And for someone like yourself, I'd say you're at the forefront of this type of genre. What's it like for you to see this, mashup becoming kind of like as if it was pop, rock, dance music? It's a genre in itself now, isn't it?
I guess so. It's really hard for me to see it being so in it. It's obviously grown. I've been doing this for 5 years, and it's been a real transformation in those 5 years for sure.
And
Yeah.
some people have actually said you're quite unique in the way you go about doing your mashup. It's quite contrast to other artists who do it to a bit of a more DJ orientated feel.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
that a conscious decision you went to go a different way to everyone else?
Well, it's my life path. I was songwriter, composer, and then I slipped into DJing, as opposed to DJing slipping into production. When I started messing with other people's music, it was how can I write a song with this, rather than how can I, spin this. It comes from a place of like, how am I gonna give this a lot of structure,
Exactly. And I was listening to your songs, off the internet quite a while ago, and the social networking and viral sites you used to start off with to distribute all your music. Seeing it and listening to it on the radio, how big of a step was that for you to turn on the radio one day and, hear, I think it was United States of Pop playing?
That was kind of crazy, Yeah, it escaped into the real world in a way. It's really cool. Yeah, surprising for sure.
I bet you it must have been someone messing around with songs, just putting them together, mashing up. Would you say like a bit of a laugh, really, as you were doing it?
At first, it definitely was just doing it for a laugh. But now it's like, oh wait, this is like, why not? Why not? It's like, why not try to make it like into art? The thing is, it's already pop. It's really digestible. But if you're using the language everyone already knows and all the music they already know, you can say almost anything with it. So I think it's got a lot of potential beyond just novelty.
And I know you spoke at a talk some time ago as well about this whole blurring the line between consumption and production. Would you consider what you do as an art then?
Yeah, for sure.
Because
for sure.
There are obviously, like you said, we've said before how it's like non-profit really, and it's whether you're creating the music or whether you're sort of putting it together and producing it. Did you want to be a producer? Is that where it's come from?
Yeah, I want to make music, and I want other people to enjoy music. I want to spread music and spread the love of making music around. So if I can do that in production, if I can do that in songwriting, if I can do that in DJing, if I can do that in mashup, however it happens, I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Obviously, moving on to your songs now, you've had some great hits. United States of Pop, the series, really. It's kind of become like a movie trilogy as it's going on.
Right, yeah.
And the success is just growing with every song you release. Seeing this, like I said before, become a genre, what's next for you? Where can you take it?
I have a lot of ideas, but right now I'm starting to think about what the next United States of Pop might sound like, you know, trying to just feel out the messages that are in the year's music and how to sum it all up. And I think that's, to me, is really entertaining and challenging. And even though it's the same challenge as last year, you know, with what I've learned from last year, it's still kind of a new challenge each time. And I have a lot of ideas of how to take the videos a little bit further, incorporate new tricks and real-time mashup production. There's a lot of unexplored territory. So I can't wait to go further.
And you touched on it there about your songs have a more meaning. I know you've said in the past that, you know, No More Gas was at a time where America had the whole gas crisis.
Yeah.
Does every song have a meaning?
No. I mean, 2009 had a pretty strong meaning, which was you might feel down or you might be, you know, kicked down, but you know, you're going to get back up again and keep on going. And music is kind of one of the forces that's going to help do it. So it's sort of a message of like saying, yeah, things kind of feeling a little dark, you know, and then, but also to say, well, look at everything that we do have, you know. We have all this music, we have each other, we have, you know, we're all united here. And the pop music is something that actually helps to unite us. So kind of what the message was last year.
And you did the Capital FM Ball as well. You got commissioned to come and do that. That's had over 6.5 million views already on YouTube. How did that come about?
You know, they just contacted me, and I don't know how big the screen was, but on these huge screens at Wembley, I was, oh, that sounds cool, you know? All the artists in the video were at the show, so I thought that was great.
And was that the first time you've actually been to Wembley and, you know, performed on the stage of that size?
You know what? I had a gig on that. I was in Vegas on that day. I couldn't make it, but my video was there.
It's because you've introduced videos to your songs quite a bit. I've noticed, you know, watching little bits from when you started out to now, that it used to be just the songs, and all of a sudden, you know, States of Pop come in, you've got a mashup video as well as a mashup song, which relate to each other. You know, looking at that, there's tons of stuff now you can do, I presume, with mashup in itself.
Oh yeah, including the video. I mean, there's so many possibilities. I just started doing the videos after fans started posting videos, and they became sort of the de facto official video. Some of them were better than others, but I realized that it was part of the expression, and so I started attaching, you know, the videos to the music.
And now this summer you've just had the 2010 RTL Championship, the 2020 Cricket Championship. Again, where did this come about? All of a sudden you're being now asked to do sports songs, really.
They wanted a mashup, and they wanted it to have, you know, a celebratory flavor, and it was a lot of fun, I'll tell you. It was a lot of fun. And
are we likely to hear that come into the charts one day then?
I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to come up. I hope to put out a whole bunch of stuff pretty soon.
I was going to say, I'd really look forward to seeing an album, you know, sort of a DJ Earworm mashup album.
I would love to actually come out with something that was all cleared and that could be sold someday. But, you know, as it is, I'm having a lot of fun.